Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Aquaponics on a Budget. Today, I'm trying to get my phone set up on. So today we're going to talk. We're going to have a question and answer. And I'm going to try to follow along with the comments, and that's going to be kind of hard for me. But but anyway, I have a few questions over here, and so that we can go through. If y'all just give me just 1 second to get onto our channel, and it's not there. All right, I'm sorry about this. All right, well, all right, it's going to take me a second to do this, so I'm trying to sign out and then sign into one of our other accounts, and all right, now all I got to do is just find Go for Green Living. I'm sorry, guys. So there we are, live. Yep, it's live. Well, it's supposed to be live. Videos. I'm sorry it's taking so long. It showed live right there. Okay, yeah, I'm looking down. All right, now it's raining, so I want everybody to tell me if they can hear me good or not, because it's thunderstorming. It's supposed to be heavy hail and that kind of thing. And all right, down live chat. Okay, now there's everybody. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I've been missing everybody's. Hey, everybody. Hey, BT. Hey, this is tiny print. All right. Well, I went through and went through all my aquaponics on a budget videos, and I had some questions that come up, and I wasn't able to answer because I wasn't able to follow along with the comments. So that's why today is about question and answers. If you have a question about aquaponics, first thing I need to know is everybody can hear me good. But if you've got a question about aquaponics, what plants to grow, what fish to grow, any of that, just let me know. I know we were supposed to do vermiculture today in the worms, but actually I flood the greenhouse when it rains, so that all this gets watered for free, so anyway, but we're going to put off vermiculture until next week and hope it's not raining then. But actually the greenhouse is flooded. It's got like 4 inches of rain in it through the whole thing, which is, just free water, watering for free. But anyway, if you got questions about aquaponics or wondering about aquaponics, about how much it costs, what kind of fish to use, any of that, you just let me know, and I will. Aquaponics the same as hydroponics. Aquaponics is hydroponics. You have to put chemicals in, but it's just duplicating. What you're doing is you're putting stuff in there that all the nutrients the plant needs. Aquaponics is a system. It's a self-sustaining system where you don't have to put chemicals in. You don't have to treat it for anything. You get your system leveling and working good. You don't have to do nothing. What's that sticking behind my head? This right here. I put it here because it's about eye level, and I want to know where my eyes are going to be when I'm on camera. So this is what I'm doing. And let's put that right there. Actually, I need to lower the camera just a little bit, and it'll show up in just a minute for me. But anyway, uh, hydroponics, you're always having to buy chemicals. We're going to do a hydroponic system. Me and Brad from Full Spectrum Survival, we're going to do a hydroponic system and use the chemicals. And you know, because we have to do both sides. We have to try, excuse me, we have to try everything. You know, it could grow 10 times better than this aquaponic system. And I can't imagine that. But, you know, if it even grows the same, not having to fish and that kind of stuff would be good. Can you grow berries like that? Let me lower down the camera a little bit more. Can you grow berries? Yes, I grow strawberries in here. We grow blueberries in here. We grow gooseberries in here. This plant that I can't think of the name of it. Cranberries in here. It's another kind of berry. It's supposed to be the highest of. Somebody help me out here. It's supposed to be the highest in vitamin C out of any berry. They're really horrible berries to eat, but as far as a vitamin C pill, they're like 1,000 milligrams for this tiny orange berry. It's about this big. It's not a gooseberry, but it's along the same lines. Goji berry or something like that. How is the Aquaponics working? Now, the Aquaponics is actually working really well, and you don't have to put, you know, that much urine in the Aquaponics to make it a sustainable system. You know, I've only put urine in it like one time, and it's became a stable system all on its own, the bacteria in there. But if I see a deficiency in the plants or something, I'll add something to it, you know. But other than that, it's doing. Yeah, that's it. Goji berries. The Krista's in there. Goji berries. She's telling me it's goji berries, but they're super packed. So we grow them in the aquaponics too. So we grow a lot of berries in the fruit. I mean, cranberries. I mean, we got cranberries, you know, that are, you know, 6 foot long, hanging out of there, and they're starting to bloom. They're starting to bloom in the Aquaponics and the aquaponics on wheels. It's something about the temperature in the aquaponics on wheels stays a little bit higher because it's a closed system. But y'all can see right here that we have cranberries that are just going crazy. So anyway, back in my old questions, and Bumblebee Junction asked a question a while back about the aquaponics on wheels, and were we going to do an ebook on the aquaponics on wheels. And I've talked to Brad, and we are going to do an ebook on the aquaponics on wheels. We're going to step by step go through it. We're going to step by step go through a full aquaponic system too, and the hydroponic system and the grow rafts. So it's going to be cram packed. A lot of good information. So yes, ebooks are coming. We are kind of swamped right now with all that we are working on, and you know, with you know, we got the event coming up. I'm adding on the grow rafts here. We got Dirt Patch Heaven coming here in a month exactly. So she'll be here in a month. So I'm sure you'll see her on some of the shows too. So and she's going to stay for a short time. We're hoping, you know, but you know, no pressure. She's not feeling good right now, but we're hoping she'll stay for a little bit, and we'll be able to share with y'all some videos of us working together, Krista and her working together, or Krista, her and Kelly working together, which would be pretty awesome. Everybody working together. Yeah, so okay, nobody's asking any questions. Y'all come on with the questions now. Get ready. Let me talk a little bit about the berries a little bit more in the aquaponics. Now, unless you're going to have bees in your greenhouse, you know, like billy bees. I call them billy bees, but the little tiny bees, they're I forget what the other name is it for. Supposedly, if you take a I'll get you a question in just a second, 420 Homestead, and let me finish talking about the bees. But anyway, I'm going to take one of my hives from outside and move it to the side of the greenhouse and give them two entrances. One entrance to go into the greenhouse and one entrance to be outside. Because I'd like to have the pollinators in here and not get them trapped. And if they know to go here and there, they're not going to go flying someplace they're not supposed to be. They're not going to have dials. We left the doors open last year, and the honeybees flew in here, and we had pollinators and everything, and actually did real well. So a lot of your berries will need to be pollinated. So you have to leave the doors open, or you have to provide those little bitty bees, which are great pollinators, and you just buy them off eBay for like $12, and it comes in a pack of like 100. You hang them up on the wall in your greenhouse, and those little bees will go to town and pollinate everything in your greenhouse. All right, now 420 Homestead. Now, we had a video not too long ago about your percentage of water compared to your percentage of I don't know how big your swimming pool is to grow bed. For every cubic foot of water, you need a square foot grow space. That's will equal out your bacteria so that everything's stable. So if you got a really huge outdoor pool, then you're going to need 1 square foot of grow space for every cubic foot of water. I think it's I don't remember the exact math of how much water is in a square foot, how many gallons are in a square foot. I don't remember. If somebody remembers, could you please post it in there? But you want to keep that simple. Keep that equation equal. And now, if you have a big swimming pool, or say you had 100 gallons, okay, you're gonna 100 gallons of water, then you want I don't know what that works out to be. I don't have my math here, and I don't have a clipboard with a calculator taped to it to figure out exactly what it would take. But using swimming pools are usually too large unless you want to grow a lot of whatever you're growing, and which that might be a good idea. You're just going to need a lot of grow beds for your above ground swimming pool. But it would work, but you're going to need a lot of grow beds. Unless you just kept like half the water in there or a quarter of the water in there, to start out with, you were able to build up on beds. Sorry, I'm checking for questions. Okay, well, no more questions so far, so I'll continue talking. Now I'm talking a little more about the pollinators in your greenhouse. Now, we love our pollinators in our greenhouse. You can do it manually. And if you have a small greenhouse, then I would suggest doing that, because leaving your doors open, you're going to allow pests in. Like squash. Squash have 2 different kinds of blooms. They have just the bloom, where it's just the bloom and there's no fruit before the bloom. And then that's the male, is the no fruit before the bloom. And then there's the female, which has the fruit before the bloom. So if you just pull off the petals of the male and then move it around in the female bloom and then just walk away, you can do it like a dozen of them if you have them there. Tomatoes are the stamen is pointing down. So tomatoes, all you got to do is just vibrate the plant. Just go by and tap on the plant. Same way with peppers. I just go by and I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing, tomato plant?" Just make sure every one of them gets pollinated. All right, now everybody, y'all get your questions coming, because but anyway, You can self-pollinate. If you have a small greenhouse, I would suggest doing that because you keep your pests out. Now, if you get pests in, then you're going to want to open up your doors because you want the pest predators to get in. Because I know you don't want to use any pesticides or chemicals on your plants to prevent them. I use, something that for something that keeps away flying aphids and stuff, because the flying aphid will come along and land on your plant, and then all of a sudden you start having babies everywhere. I keep one of these around. You can see that the thousands of them had landed on this, and literally thousands of them landed on this thing. I hope y'all can see this. And this was only like 30 cents, and it's just an aphid trap, and it actually was yellow on the back at one time. And they have a little lure that it's just a sweet smell that kind of allures in up there. So 8,000 gallons. Woo! You would have to have cubic foot of water. You would have to like aquaponics your whole house. So you would have to lower that down to like a quarter of the tank, and that would only be 2,000 gallons. My system roughly floats about 1,200 gallons. You're close to there, so I'd say about 20 half barrels, and you'd be good to go with about a quarter of your swimming pool. So that should be an equal opportunity there. Okay, now the Minuteman, you ask what are the alternatives to tilapia? You might be in a colder climate, or you would have to heat tilapia if you're in a colder climate, or they might not be allowed in your state. They might flourish there and knock out the population. You can do, if you're in a colder climate, and it's always going to be cold, like Alaska, Washington, I would do trout. Trout are a good source of protein. They grow up in 6 months. You can just keep your flow going. If you're in a warmer climate, I would do brim. You hear the thunder? You'll probably see some lightning and some thunder happening. Trout, brim, bluegill, they are good for aquaponics. You can, they're cheap. They're a dime a dozen. You can pick them up at a local fishery, or if you have to, you can just go to the lake and fish you out some. But I found that the bluegill and brim are aggressive, and if they're slacking on food, they'll eat each other. So, but it is good white meat. Some people say it's bony, but I love brim, and if I go fishing out the lake, I'm fishing for brim because that's my favorite. But catfish are good for aquaponics. We personally don't eat catfish, but that's just our personal choice. But catfish are good in aquaponics. They can get hot and cold temperatures, and it won't bother them a bit. Goldfish, by far, are the best because you can have goldfish like extreme temperatures. They can be really hot or really cold, and they won't mind. When I was a kid, well, I wasn't a kid, but I was in junior high. As a science fair project, I froze the goldfish solid. I know that was bad, but I froze him solid, and then I slowly, let the water thaw and all that kind of stuff. And he started wiggling as he was thawing out, and he came right back to life. So, goldfish are good, sturdy, strong fish. They're in the carp family, so they're good. The reason I did that, so don't think I'm just cool just freezing a fish. We were up north one time, and me and my brother, it was Lake Erie or something. It was frozen solid, and chunks of water, and these big ice chunks came floating up to it was piling up on the beach. And we looked at one of the ice chunks, and there was like 3 or 4 fish in this ice chunk. And we were thinking, oh, cool, we got fish, in an ice chunk. So we tied it on top of our station wagon. Giving away my age there, but tied on top of our station wagon. And all of a sudden we just started hearing this pop, 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 pop. And so we were wondering what that was. We get out there and look, and these fish tails were just flapping out there. We killed like 4 fish. So, but that's what made me know the experiment would work. and I actually got an honorable mention, so I was pretty happy about that. So. uh, can I explain how to assemble an aquaponics grow bed? Uh, Now, you can use a bell siphon or a T siphon, like the T siphon that I use. Uh, a bell siphon sticks out of your beds, and you know it takes up room, and it's round and it's big, and uh, you know, and they work, and sometimes they don't work. The T siphon is what I found is more guaranteed work. I mean, occasionally I might have to, once a year or two, I might have to dig them up and take all the roots out of there where they've gotten a little bit clogged. But you'll need one of those for the drainage. And but then you just take, like, cut a barrel in half, use one of them concrete mixers, put that T siphon or bell siphon in there, and then just dribble your water in. You know, fill it full of media, clay media, the clay balls. I forget what they're called, but the clay balls or I just use a river rock. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I just use river rock, and it just like smooth that rock. All you want the media for is to, on the outsides of the rock, the bacteria will live that eat your nitrite, would turn into a nitrate, which the plants love. So as much surface area you can have for the bacteria to grow on, that's how much more stable your system's going to be. And then you just fill it up with your rock, with your bell siphon, and drip your water in, and it'll flood and drain and flood and drain and stuff like that. But that was that to Dusty. Okay, so I answered somebody's question already. So uh, okay, okay, I didn't. Dusty, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I have a lot more in-depth videos about that, and we will be having an ebook come out, and I'm actually right here. I'm actually building another system, and I'm onto that. We're building a raft, the raft flow beds, and then we're probably going to have a Dutch bucket hydroponic system, you know, right over there. I can't point down, right over there. And so this greenhouse, eventually one day I'd like it to be all aquaponics, hydroponics, you know, all of it, you know, because I've been growing for 20 years, 22 years now. So, all right, time is slipping away. But aquaponics by far is the best way I found to grow. The water's just filling up down here. I'm like, ooh, blood. Okay, is it? Did I, Suburban Hillbilly? Did I miss any other questions? Uh, I'm sorry if I missed any questions. Just if I missed your question, uh, you know, I need glasses, so I need to be. You know, this is tiny. It's tiny. Tiny friend, like, oh, I cannot see that or not. But let me talk a little bit more about the hand pollination and all that. Now, you can hand pollinate anything. If you don't want to pull your male blooms off and then, you know, like on cucumbers, and cucumbers the same way as squash, they have male blooms and female blooms. Your tomatoes and your peppers, they all have the steaming hanging down. So all you gotta do is just tap on them, and the pollen will fall onto the stamen, so that will pollinate them. The cucumbers, you know, they have the male and female. The blooms of the male blooms of the cucumber do not have fruit behind it. So you pull them off, you pull off the petals, and that just leaves the stamen there. And you take the stamen and you rub it on the inside of the female bloom. Don't pull off the female bloom. Rub it on the inside, and then you pollinated your cucumber. Uh, hey Teresa, you're back. Okay, good. I saw you here earlier, but I didn't know that you left. But anyway, you can manually pollinate anything. have you ever seen? I know everybody has females in their life, and they have these really soft makeup brushes. The bristles are about that big around, and you know they're really soft. You touch your face. I don't know exactly what they use them for, but they're really soft, really tender. You could take one of those and do all your pollinating there. Just go from one to the other, to the other, to the other. You know, and that way you got a sure thing, so you don't have to pull off the bloom and do all that. Just go with that makeup brush and go from one to the other. Now, if you're not wanting to mix plants, you know, now uh, back in, you know, when I was back a long time ago, but I was actually into hybriding plants, hybriding tomato plants, and I I can't tell you which one it was, but there's a famous tomato out there that I came up with and sold. But if you don't want to mix your plants, you need a brush for each plant. So when I was hybridizing these two plants, getting them to mix, they were in a closed environment, and I used one of those makeup brushes, and I went from this tomato seed to this tomato seed, and then you mark it, and then you see how that plant, that tomato does. You know, it's probably going to be a little bit different. But then you take the seed from that, and you grow the plant, and that's when you find out if you have a hybridized plant or not. And then you have to grow it for 3 years and make sure it's true to seed and all that. But it is possible to do that. So if you don't want to mix, you know, like your bell peppers and your hot peppers and all that, you need a different brush for each variety of plants. Now, Suburban Hillbilly asked, what plants would you recommend for growing for someone new to aquaponics? Uh, I would grow garden in there. Each one of these grow beds is the same thing as growing a 10 by 10 area in the ground. You know, and that's, you know, back to Eden style. I mean, that's a super fertilized, back to Eden style, worm casting tea, grow area, 10 by 10. You know, the best dirt. So you can squeeze a lot into these grow beds. I'd grow tomatoes and squash and mint and cranberries and lemongrass and pineapples and peppers and beans. Beans grow really good in there. I love to grow my asparagus beans in there because they grow. Asparagus beans get up, you know, 3.5 feet long, and I like to get them just before the seeds start developing in there because they just taste so good. I'll come and grab them and just eat them as I'm walking through the greenhouse or working in the greenhouse. So I would suggest trying everything. You know, in your climate, in your area, it's all going to be different. So you're going to find things that really go well, and then you're going to find things that kind of like, you know, they grow, but they don't grow like superb. Oh, the makeup brush tip, no connection. It says no connection now, so uh, I don't know why I don't have connection, but you know, I hope y'all are still there. Uh, Dusty Wildseed, that's a pretty cool name. Dusty Wildseed said, "Do we keep honeybees?" Yes, we keep honeybees, and actually, you know, sometime this winter, I have the frames for beehives, and uh, my screen froze up, so I might miss some questions. I'm gonna try to get it to connect back up, but okay, now it's connected back up. All right, but I have like 1,000 frames for honeybees, so we're gonna build hives for all those. But I already have 3 hives, and I have a deal with a gentleman. The In my past videos, the hidden surprise, we're gonna buy his nuke frames, and nuke frames are a queen and 5 frames full of bees. So, and we can buy them from him. They'll come in a box, but I'll be be transferring them right into another beehive, you know, immediately. So, but I'll be buying all that he can produce, you know. So I would like to have, you know, 10 to 15 hives by the end of the year. Uh, oh, now it's saying, are we still alive, guys? Uh, let me make sure. Sorry. Okay, we should have connection now. All right, now we might be back. Okay, now I see more questions coming. Okay, we're back. All right, my phone just kind of composed out. Let me put these in my pocket. So, oh, y'all never lost connection with me? Thanks, 420 Homestead, loud and clear. Yeah, so, but my phone lost connection. So, you know about the pests, you know about pollinating. Uh, so, well, I guess nobody's got any really questions. We're going to go ahead and end the show there. Give everybody just the last second just to make sure. But I want to do videos on hand pollinating. I have one on hand pollinating melons and pumpkins, and so, and squash, as a matter of fact. So showing how to hand pollinate stuff. So uh, but I'll do a new one now that things are going. Hey guys, guess what? Uh, we have a camera coming, and it's a good camera. So the last two videos that you've seen of us, you know, we used Brad's camera, and you know, and he helped me through that. But we have a camera coming that we will be able to take that quality video. So our videos will be that quality from now on. So we are really excited about that, and he is a great teacher, and I'm learning a lot from it. So our quality of videos is just going to go up and up and up and up and up. So y'all stick with us, and you'll see. Did y'all not see where I said what plants would you recommend for? Uh, hey, Simply Seven, for aquaponics, your berries, your tomatoes, your squashes, your peppers, your mints, mountain mints, your edibles, your herbs, your medicinal plants. We're going horsetail right there, stinging nettle, mints. They're all okay. Stevia, celery. We have a ton of celery. Cranberries. I have cranberries really growing crazy. So growing crazy. That's not going crazy, but growing crazy. So that might be just a catchphrase there. Growing crazy. Oh yeah, well, internet. I'm sorry if you missed that, but yeah, I would suggest trying anything because you know anything. You'll find that some things will grow spectacular and some things won't. We haven't found nothing yet, but some things grow slower than others. Oh, Big Bear's here now. But now you come strolling in late, like I'm here. Yep, I'm bad. I made it, but no, the show's over. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. We got super quality videos coming. The camera's coming. It'll be here I don't remember when, but it'll be here soon. And we got charge controllers. We're producing charge controllers. They're going out. So if you're into solar, you need to get one of these charge controllers before they run out completely. So so anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And we're going to have a rainy day. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. Ani Ove Ocha. Means I love you in Hebrew. Love you guys.